Hey, and welcome to another episode of Late Night Tape 3. We're back. We're not competing with anyone, or at least the Schmodown stream or something. But with that being said, got a few great, cool people here with me today. I've got Anthony. Anthony, how's it going?
It's going all right. I am, sort of still in the process of waking up since I had to finally go back to work today. But I enjoy rom coms. I'm excited to kind of talk about this and see how many on your little list I haven't seen or I haven't realized. Man, I really love that movie and didn't realize that it was a rom com. And I'm repping my sweet Bugs and Lola love each other shirt that she is not a fan of, but everyone else should love it.
But with that being said, we've also got Christina. Christina, how's it going?
It's just fantastic. I get to sit next to this well-dressed man
Deal with the
and talk about how much we love each other and rom-coms. Yay.
And last but not least, we've got Haley. Haley, how's it going?
Things are going absolutely fantastic. Perfectly splendid, if I do say so myself. And I'm really excited to talk about these. I used to really hate rom-coms up until very recently, and I've been starting to get into a bunch, and so I'm really excited for this.
But yeah, before we do get into the main topic of rom-coms, we do have some news and stuff that has dropped during the week that we'd like to talk about. The Super Bowl was on Sunday, and there was a couple of trailers that dropped. We got a new trailer for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and we also got a trailer for M. Night Shyamalan's new movie Old. Anthony, did you watch either of these trailers?
I did. We actually made sure that everything, as soon as the Falcon and Winter Soldier one came up, we saw the Marvel words of, watch this. We are paying attention to this. We need to see everything that's going on. And I mean, I'm super excited for any of the shows coming on Disney Plus for Marvel. I mean, obviously it's something that for as long as we've been dating, we have seen everyone in the theaters as it came out. So it's a big thing for us. And I'm super excited. It looks awesome. I mean, Anthony Mackie is great. Sebastian Stan is great. I'm finally glad they might actually do a Baron Zemo the way they should have done in Civil War to begin with. So I'm really excited about all that.
But with that, we've also got Matthew Kearns here. Matt, how's it going?
It was going good until someone who, in a couple weeks, will have been working here for 4 years, was apparently not good enough to get the link before we went live. But now, Malcolm, I'm real good. Besides that, how are you doing, Malcolm? Everyone, I'm glad we're here. We haven't gone live yet. Oh wait, no, I'm doing well under circumstances. I'll say that much.
I mean, I had it sitting in the chat box ready to send in the Take 3 chat. I just forgot to hit enter, but that's what really happened there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But with that being said, Christina, what were your thoughts on the Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer?
I mean, anything that is Chris Evans adjacent, I'm into. Yeah, I'm obviously watching this. I'm obsessed with WandaVision. I will be obsessed with this. And I'm just so sad that they're making them come out a week at a time because I understand that's how TV works. But they're so good. I just want to inject it into my veins.
Haley, what were your thoughts on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier trailer?
I didn't see it during the Super Bowl because I hadn't watched the Super Bowl, but I watched it the other day, and I watched it twice in a row to make sure I got every single detail. And one particular scene that got my brain itching is the scene where Bucky catches the shield.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it gave me chills. I'm so excited.
Matt, what were your thoughts on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier trailer?
I as well did not watch the Super Bowl, and thank God I didn't waste my night on that game. Fuck Tom Brady, by the way. But oh my God, thank God I'm on a panel. People understand. Eli beat you twice, boy. He took away. You don't got 9. He's got 2. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Giants fan. Yeah, Eli. I thought it was a great trailer. I'm really happy that Winter Soldier has Bucky's finally gotten rid of his 90s do. He's finally got rid, because that's not good for fighting. Let's be honest. It's all up in his hair right here. I mean, it's not. I thought it was a really good trailer. It did what a good trailer should do, which is it got me really interested, but it didn't give me all the answers, because obviously that's what the show is going to do. I'm glad Zemo's back, because I actually liked him in Civil War, but I'm happy that he's back because I thought he was a good villain. I'm interested in Sharon Carter, because it's funny enough, after watching the trailer, I went onto the MCU fandom page, and it says that she's not working for CIA about what she's doing in this show. It didn't say anything, obviously, because the show hasn't come out, but it did say her occupations was SHIELD previous and then CIA previous. So I'm like, is she like a vigilante? Is she going to team up with them? Is she a villain? But again, yeah, it looks great. I'm happy that they aren't friends. Like I like that we're getting like a Lethal Weapon 1 kind of deal, to where they're kind of at odds still. And Jeremy Johns said it. It was either Jeremy Johns or Mr. Sunday Movies. I forget. I watched so many breakdowns of this, but one of them said they brought up a great point, which is Cap was sort of the one sort of like constant between them. That's what sort of kept them together. And now that he's gone, it's like, well, we were kind of at odds, but we had our friend who was friends with both of us who kept us together, and now he's gone. So what are we? And the staring contest at the end was, as an older brother who grew up with a younger brother, I know those things, to where it's just like any show of strength, even if it's winning a staring contest, you'll do. So I'm really excited. And I actually just finished WandaVision for this week. So just give me all the Disney Plus shows. Just give me all the MCU Disney Plus shows.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad the trailer didn't give it anything away, because if it was anything like WandaVision, like the trailer is all we need. We don't need to know every surprise, because I love being surprised, especially with WandaVision. But with that being said, the other trailer that we got, because we don't really get a lot of movie trailers this time around, is M. Night's new movie Old. This movie looks like an M. Night movie. It really nothing much to say about it. When M. Night released Split, he brought me over thinking, "Oh yeah, we're going to get some good movies from him for a change." Then Glass happened, and so I have no idea what to expect. But Anthony, what are your thoughts on Old?
I mean, I watched the trailer. I saw From the Mind of M. Night Shyamalan and went, wonder where the twist is going to be here. But it looks interesting. It kind of seems to go back to the older M. Night. Like, hopefully it's more in the Sixth Sense realm and not in the Lady in the Water type realm, because that was pretty bad. He had a really bad stretch there. The Visit was fine, something interesting. But I hope it's going back to the old M. Night Shyamalan, because he really did have a lot of very creative, interesting movies that were really good. But if it's the same old-fashioned kind of okay, here's this huge twist, hopefully the twist works, because if it doesn't, that ruins the whole movie. So kind of Village style.
Christina, what were your thoughts on Old?
I didn't watch it, but I'm not a real big fan of a guy who makes a whole career off of putting twists in movies, because it takes away from the fact that there's a twist in the movie. If I know that you're the guy that puts twists in movies. So I really enjoyed, well, I mean, it scares the poop out of me still as a grown woman, but like Sixth Sense like blew my mind. And then it's like you watch every movie and it's like, dude, this guy is just trying to put a twist in here somewhere. So to me, that takes away from it. But yeah, good job, bro. We'll make a movie about old people, I guess.
Yeah. And I can do actually see your point, because it's not only you expect a twist all the time, but even when you rewatch the movie, like when you rewatch Sixth Sense, when you know the twist,
right.
takes it away from it as well.
Oh yeah.
Haley, what are your thoughts on Old?
I wanted to say exactly what Christina just said. I'm kind of tired of M. Night Shyamalan, and I hope he just learns better filmmaking techniques that don't just rely on, oh, what's the twist going to be? Because that's just starting to get boring. Because it's like, okay, I'm going to wait for a twist. Let's see what happens. And it ruins the fun. So I didn't watch it. If it's good and people say it's good, I'll probably watch the movie when it comes out, and that's it.
But Matt, what were your thoughts on Old?
What a twist!
Anyone Robot Chicken? Come on, that's a good. I didn't watch it. I know it's M. Night Shyamalan, so and it's not 2000, so the odds of it being good are very slim. I mean, yeah, for me, M. Night Shyamalan, he has 2 really good movies, Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. He's got 1 movie that had good actors in it, Signs, so it ended up the actors saved it, and then everything else has just been it's been great memes. I mean, I can't say how many times, even in my real life, I've jokingly just done the Mark Wahlberg, what? No. So, but yeah, I don't even care to see the trailer because I know I'm not going to see the movie. I didn't even see that the one with the grandparents where they tried to kill the kids or something. I didn't even see that one, and that was everyone was like, "Oh, he's back." I'm like, because it's like you guys have said, what's the point? Because I know that there's just going to be something that I'm going to think the movie's going one way, and then it's just going to turn around, and it's like, what's the point? And there's no point. So yeah, no. What a twist. Good. I'm glad you're putting your name on movies again, unlike After Earth. Does anyone remember that? His name wasn't on the poster in the trailer. Anyone remember that? That's crazy.
I just forget about that movie intentionally.
Is that the Will Smith one?
Yep.
With his son?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is one that I'm probably going to watch because it's a movie that's coming out, and I want to watch movies. But
oh man, Americans, remember when we could do that?
But I really don't. I really don't expect anything from this movie at all. But yeah. But other news that we got throughout the week. Michelle Rodriguez and Justice Smith has joined the Dungeons and Dragons movie that is coming out with Chris Pine in it. Matt, what are your thoughts on that, if anything?
There's Dungeons and Dragons movie. Yeah. I mean, the odds are that movie is not going to contain. Oh my god, why is his name escaping me? Play Scar. What is his name?
Jeremy Irons?
Jeremy Irons. Yeah, it's not kind of Jeremy Irons going, I can feel every ounce of your anger. Like the original Dungeons and Dragons movie. Yeah, I don't really care. Great. It's nice to see those two get him work because they're pretty good actors, actually, all things considered.
Haley, what are your thoughts on Michelle Rodriguez and Justice Smith joining the new Dungeons and Dragons movie?
I'm really hoping this is going to be like the old Dungeons and Dragons movie with the coral blue number 5 lipstick. And it's just so bad that it's good. I don't picture this being a good movie in any way, so I just want it to at least be like entertaining.
Good. Yes.
Christina, do you have any thoughts on the new Dungeons and Dragons movie of Michelle Rodriguez and Justice Smith?
I didn't know this was a thing, but Michelle Rodriguez is pretty badass. So, like, yeah, girl, get it. You flip those over. You tell that story.
And Anthony.
I mean, I was going to say the same thing she did about Michelle Rodriguez. She's badass since, like, the original Resident Evil. She's always been great, so that would be fun. And if I honestly also forgot this was a thing. I think I saw Chris Pine was in it. And I know he did that one like Viking type show or King type show on like Netflix or whatever. So he does well, maybe, but Dungeons & Dragons was never something I was big into. It'll be same thing, kind of like Haley said with Old. If it gets good reviews and people seem to like it, I'll give it a shot. or if it gets really, really, really bad reviews and people say it's fun to hate, then I'll give it a shot. If it's in the middle, I'm out.
I just want them to put all the Hollywood Chris's into this Dungeons and Dragons movie. Get Chris Evans and they get Chris Pratt.
Watch it. He's watching it. It's game over. Like,
yeah, I'd probably be day one if that happened.
I don't even know if all of the Hollywood Chris's have been in.
Chris
a movie
is on Infinite Earths. I'll watch it.
But with that being said, we've got a picture of what Joker's going to look like in the Snyder Cut of Justice League. I actually do have the picture on hand.
Oh my God, we are moving up in the world.
But Anthony, what are your thoughts on the new look for the Joker?
It's better than whatever the hell it was before. I mean, this looks like a Joker. It looks like they're attempting to do the Heath Ledger Joker a little darker, a little more. I mean, obviously it's a black and white picture. I never know what the color scheme is going to really look like, but it's not that damaged gold cap teeth type thing going on with all the tats. I was not a fan of that. I get what they might have been going for, but it did not do anything for me. This looks more what if Justice League is what Zack Snyder's trying to do with it, it looks more like in that realm. So, I mean, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch the 4-hour-long episodes or whatever it is. So hopefully it's better because the movie sucked.
Christine, do you have any thoughts on the new look for the Joker?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to see anybody's interpretation of the Joker. I think he's a fascinating character. I mean, I wasn't really into how they had him in Suicide Squad, but I have faith in Jared Leto. So I think had he had more screen time, we would have appreciated the Joker a little bit more, even though it was a weird gangster thing.
Haley, what are your thoughts on the new look for the Joker?
So I agree with Anthony in that it's better than the Suicide Squad Joker. But that being said, that's a really low bar, and I still hate this one because this one immediately makes me think of, okay, you know me well. You know I work at a haunted attraction every Halloween. This reminds me of one of the most insufferable coworkers I have there that we only refer to as Dollar Store Crow. And that's what this reminds me of, a Dollar Store Crow cosplay. Like, I just don't like it. It just looks cringeworthy to me, to be honest.
Matt, what are your thoughts on the new Joker?
Well, he's not new. So everyone say he got a redesign. This is essentially what happened to Joker in the animated series in season 4. He just got a redesign. However, this is kind of seeming to be the reverse, where in season 4, the Joker got a really crappy redesign. It's one black and white picture, so I'm really not judging this. I mean, you know me, Malcolm. I like the Justice League movie and the minorities, so I'm going to watch this anyway. I like Jared Leto. I like Jared Leto as an actor, so I knew that he was clearly just doing what the script asked him to do in Suicide Squad. But if you see stuff like Blade Runner 2049, you know he could play like weird and off-kiltered really well. So I'm hoping that's what this is. I know that Zack Snyder said we're going to see more of the sort of like dark future from or nightmare from BVS, and I'm kind of hoping that's where this is from, because I'd be fascinated to see Nightmare, Affleck, and Joker be together instead of just like regular Joker and Batman. Because we've seen that how many times in movies. I want to see that sequence with Joker kind of running sort of rampant in that world, and sort of Nightmare Batman just, I don't know, doing something with him.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually going to get to that, because from what I've read, I think this Joker is from that that dystopian future nightmare.
Well, I know the figure I bought was labeled Nightmare Batman, so I guess that's what we call it, with a cat.
But yeah, I mean, this is like I do like this thing, but because if them having it in the nightmare, then it means that he probably put more face paint to cover whatever tattoos he had, because this is still in the same continuity as Suicide Squad. So, so if they're going to have it in the present day, then it's going to be so weird with have Joker without damage and all that on there. So, but
Hey, don't forget those damaged tattoos won an Oscar, Malcolm.
don't remind everyone. With that, I'm going to quickly run through the last few news. So stop me if there's something you want to talk about. Blue Sky Studios have been shut down. They brought us like Ice Age and all that. We're getting new Wonderful Wizard of Oz, which is directed by Nicole Castle, who did the Watchmen series.
Why?
Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey has been cast as Joe and Ellie in the Last of Us series.
Yeah.
Gina Carano has been booted from Mandalorian.
Woohoo.
Jack
Just
That works.
Jack Black has been cast as Clapton's movie. This is
sorry,
developing an animated.
Yeah,
You got cut out. I just heard Jack Black is. Blah, 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 blah.
Jack Black has been cast as Claptrap in the Borderlands movie. Fox is developing an animated TV series based on Clue.
Their studio's still around? I thought they're Disney now.
The new I think it's the Fox TV side of things. So
okay.
yeah, it confused me too. News came out earlier in the week that Adam Wingard is going to direct a Face Off remake, but
no, it's a sequel. It's a sequel. He said it. It's a sequel.
I was getting there, which is why I prefaced by saying earlier this week. But now he says it's a direct sequel and not a remake.
Ooh, I'm good looking. Yeah.
But
oh man, get Travolta back in there, please.
But Brooklyn Nine-Nine is finishing after season 8. And Zari Ashton is joining Captain Marvel 2 as the main villain. Anthony, is there anything there that sort of sparked your interest?
I swear, if they screw up a Face-Off remake, because Malcolm, you know how much I love Nick Cage, and if it's a sequel, they better bring him back. And if they don't, this is a travesty, and I'm going to be upset, and I will be on your show screaming about it at some point.
Beyond every single
difficult considering spoilers for a movie from 23 years ago. He kind of ended that film with a harpoon through his chest.
Anything can happen in Face Off. His face can be taken off the corpse, put on someone else. It's Nicolas Cage. He deserves to be
I want Travolta back. That's who I want back. I want Travolta. Come on. You imagine Travolta now in a Face Off movie? He'd be even weirder than he was in the original. It'd be great.
But Christine, was there anything in there that sparked interest?
No, but I'm going to bring up something you did not talk about that we all need to watch framing Britney Spears and that we need to hashtag free Britney. And it is not fair how she's been treated. And as a woman, I'm deeply offended for her. And I feel bad because I remember all of that happening when I was younger. And I wish I would have done more. Not that I could have handled her celebrity business. But everyone needs to watch it. Hashtag free Britney. This is a serious issue. Everyone should watch it.
Was actually pretty.
100% agree.
That was big. She got.
I don't know.
Never have happened now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've seen that hashtag. I just had no idea what it was because this is the first time I've heard of that documentary that's coming out, and it hasn't come out here yet.
And New York Times does a whole bunch of them, so it's like episode 6 is framing Britney Spears, and it's amazing, and everyone should watch it because hashtag free Britney.
But Haley, was there anything there that sparked your interest?
I like Jack Black. I like Borderlands. That's all I gotta say. Also, my mind went blank. Oh, I was just gonna say it's really nice to see Gina Carano's career go exactly the way Cara Dune's home planet went.
Whoa.
Matt, was there anything there that sparked your interest?
Sparkling interest. Not really interest, but pour one out for Blue Sky Studios. They did the Ice Age movies. They did Robots. Those movies were big in my childhood, so that sucks that they're gone. I mean, they were always like, it was like Disney and Pixar. There was Warner Bros. And then there was Blue Sky, like really far down. But for a kid in the early 2000s, they made movies that made you laugh. As an adult, you kind of look at them and you're like, those weren't really good movies. But I still love them.
Ice Age was fantastic.
Ice Age, okay, that actually was a really good one. Although we only owned the second one, so I only saw the second one like 900 times. One of the other stories or so many. Yeah, Gina Carano. People are saying a lot of stuff. Ultimately, a company fired a person that was giving them bad PR. It literally happens every single day in the business world. If I was acting like a crazy person and my job found out about it, odds are I'd be let go. Yeah. I don't even know what the other stories were. There were so many there. But yeah, justice for Britney.
Yeah.
Whichever that hashtag was. I don't even know.
Hashtag
Free Britney.
Free Britney. Because toxic and Hit Me Baby one more time. Which Robin Williams danced to in Robots. Linking them together.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony's like,
I do remember that scene.
But yeah, I mean, there's nothing like much more I can add to Gina Carano being fired, because I mean, like, I could see this happening eventually if you kept on going on about it. No doubt Disney wanted, like, you keep doing this, we're going to have to get rid of you. And she kept doing it. So yeah, this is the
it's
result.
okay, guys. She's doing a movie with Ben Shapiro, so she's
And,
fine.
I mean, this is one of those ones, like, I know a lot of people are up in arms about this for whatever reason, but it's like, her character wasn't crucial to the show Mandalorian. Like, you could not have her in it, and it would be the same show. I mean, so yeah. So all this cancel Disney Plus nonsense is really ridiculous because, let's face it, if everyone that says they're going to do it, then it may not mean anything anyway, because it just means they're going to miss out on what cool stuff like
gain a bunch of new
WandaVision,
subscribers
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
this week anyway.
So,
I have watched 0 Mandalorian episodes, but a ridiculous amount of Disney movies, and every single episode of WandaVision the second we got home from work. So
Also, shout out to Brandy's Cinderella movie coming back onto Disney Plus. I'm so happy for that.
So Kristen Smith tweeted about that, and I had seen that movie once on like ABC in like 2002, and I've never been able to remember what that movie was. But the minute I saw her share of it, I was like, "Oh my god, this is that Cinderella movie I remember watching once." And isn't Whoopi Goldberg in it? Is she the third number?
Yeah.
Oh, it all came back to me. Back. Is Christina just posing back there? She just like live on YouTube, guys. What's up?
It's Clint.
Oh no,
It's just our cat.
It's actually worse than that. My cat's being really cute, so I just took a selfie with it.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine.
But yeah, I mean, for me, I'm always down for another adaptation of Wizard of Oz.
Why?
because-
There's only one.
Well,
That's
I mean,
a remake, so
Well, it's a remake. That one is a remake of another one.
yeah, well, that's the thing, because I mean,
It's like Ben-Hur is a remake, but no one remembers the 25 one.
well, yeah, I mean, you've got a point there, but it's one of those ones that I see everyone's going, "Oh, you can't remake Wizard of Oz." The 1938 was like, yeah, you know that was a remake, don't you? Even though you don't remember it, it's still a remake. So, but I mean, this is like, from what I've heard, this one's going to be more like the books. I don't know who owns the rights to what, because
Yo, the book's dark.
Because MGM owns the movie or the remake.
I think Disney owns. I'm not sure who, because I know when Disney did
they did Oz
and
Powerful.
Powerful.
Yeah.
They couldn't take any elements from that 1939 one because MGM owns that. So I have no idea.
It's a weird licensing thing.
Yeah, because I think New Line Cinema's doing this Wizard of Oz. So I don't know.
So James Franco can't come.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those ones like, they announced the director. I never really watched Watchmen, so I don't know if it's a good fit or not. It's one of those ones. I go into all movies with an open thing, and if I enjoy it, I enjoy it. If I don't, I don't. I mean, and the other one is with Brooklyn Nine-Nine finishing. While I am sad about it finishing, I'm glad they're kind of going out on their own terms, and so it doesn't turn into one of those shows that they try to squeeze every funny bit out of it. And I mean, with Andy Samberg getting more into movies as well, I think his schedule is being really tight as well. So yeah,
Okay.
but
it did give us one of the best TV scenes of all time, though. With the "I Want It That Way," that's one of all time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm only on season 5. I started binging it a little bit ago. But yeah, I mean, I still have a year now to finish it since it doesn't come back until 2021. So I got time. They just need to put more Adrian in the last season because he's my favorite character so far.
I mean, I think if it's like the last season of other shows, I think they will find a way to get cameos from like some of the bigger things from other seasons. But with that being said, we're going to move on to the main topic of romantic comedies. But yeah, there is a lot of good romantic comedies out there, and definitely a lot. But I'm going to go around. Anthony, what are some of your favorite romantic comedies of all time?
We discussed this a little bit ago. I don't know, again, if it's really classified as a comedy, but I find it as a comedy because it's very funny. And About Time is one of my absolute just favorite movies. I kind of cheeky saying we watched it before. I don't think I did until this summer, and then I watched it and absolutely loved every second of it. It's a really beautiful movie. It does have great humor in it, so that one's very enjoyable. When you come to some other romantic comedies, I feel like I want her to say it because I'm going to steal like 90% of hers because those are the ones I watch. I'm just going to let you say the one I'm thinking of because I love that movie as well, and it has your boy in it and everyone else from the MCU. And that's also one of my favorite rom-coms there ever is, and she's about to mention it when she goes, I believe. But About Time is like my tops. But there's just so many other ones that are like right there, especially in the 90s when you go like She's All That and stuff like that. I love those kind of movies too.
Christina, what are some of your favorite romantic comedies?
My favorite rom-com of all time is What's Your Number? Obviously, because my boyfriend is in it, but also just because I just love this movie. It makes me so happy. I just think it's a fun movie. I really like Anna Faris. I think she's hilarious, and I don't know, it just makes me happy. But I loved I grew up with like all like the late 90s, like early 2000s. So like Never Been Kissed. That's my jam. 10 Things I Hate About You. She's All That. All of those classics. Perfect movies. Never can be repeated. And I guess because of When Harry Met Sally, but it's all right.
Haley, what are some of your favorite romantic comedies?
So this isn't like on rom-com lists, but there's two major romantic plots, and it's a comedy, and it's one of my favorite movies of all time, and that's The Birdcage. I'm counting it as a rom-com. It's so much fun. That movie's been a part of my whole life. But there's some they're recent for me, movies I've never seen before that I fell in love with this year, and that is The Wedding Singer. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite rom-coms of all time. I just watched Just Like Heaven last night. I love that movie so much. I was tearing up. I was like screeching because how cute it is. And then just a couple others that I listed. Girls Trip is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Princess Bride and Ella Enchanted.
Oh yeah. And just anything Witherspoon is in also. Like her whole collection.
Oh yeah. Legally Blonde too. Well,
Yeah.
like Legally Blonde.
American Psycho, great romantic comedy.
Sweet Home Alabama. Love it.
But Matt, what are some of your favorite romantic comedies? And don't go
Well, I
overboard
already
with
said
it.
American Psycho is definitely. Oh, you motherfucker! Yeah. Overboard, the original with Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. That's my favorite of all time. I've talked about it like several times on late night. And actually, Malcolm, I remember last year on Valentine's Day, we literally did our top 10 rom-coms list. So if you guys want to know what our top 10 lists are, go watch that. But some that you guys didn't mention, Jerry Maguire is one of my favorites. That's just one of my favorite movies in general. Groundhog Day, or Groundhog's Day, I should say. For Weddings and a Funeral is also a great one that I only saw 2 years ago, but it was just like, I was like, that's a really good movie. But yeah, Overboard. And there's only the 1987 one. There were no others. No, Malcolm, there are no others. Don't do it.
But yeah, I mean, I've said it before. I don't hate the remake of Overboard.
What remake? They remade it?
But with that being said, some of my favorite romantic comedies, I really do like the Bridget Jones trilogy. I mean, Baby wasn't as good as it, but I still had fun with it. I like Always Be My Maybe, that's on Netflix. Just shout out Peggy because she was the one that got me to watch it. Someone's Great.
Great.
When Harry Met Sally, Sleeps in Seattle, Joe Pacificator. I don't actually know if it's a romantic comedy, but it's Big One and Tom Hanks.
So you've got mail.
Yeah, I'm sensing a theme.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, 80s, 90s. All right.
But some that have come up in the chat. Brian enjoys The Holiday and Something About Mary. Ryan Permison brought up She's Out of My League, Say Anything, and The Wedding Singer. And he also says What's Up to Kearns. So,
Live long and prosper there, Ryan.
She's out.
But with that being said, and speaking of Peggy,
yo, girl, where you at?
Hi!
Hello.
I don't like her.
But with that being said, as I always enjoy doing when it comes to this, I did a bracket.
Of course.
All the brackets.
Yeah.
I should have known. I was like, that segment did not go on long enough. That means Malcolm has a bracket.
Oh, I love my Big Fat Greek Wedding.
But with that being said, what I did is I took, I just went and found 6 different top 50 rom-coms list. I did number maths and all that, and created a master list. And the top 32 ones are the ones that's on this in the bracket. And the first matchup because is the number 1 seed Roman Holiday up against My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Matt, what is your favorite one out of these two?
I don't think I should be allowed to vote on this, as I've only seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I've never seen Roman Holiday. So
I mean, that's fair. If you want to abstain, you can. But Haley, what is your favorite out of these ones?
Meat. You don't eat meat? Fine, I'll make lamb. My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Christina.
I remember when My Big Fat Greek Wedding came out and like everyone was obsessed with it. I'm going to say that I did not share in that obsession, and I have not seen Roman Holiday yet, but we have been watching a plethora of Audrey Hepburn, and I'm just going to vote for it because I'm sure I'm going to love it more than my.
That's, you know, that's a good reason in there. You're like, it's better than the thing I hate.
I don't know.
Anthony, what is your favorite out of these
I think
two?
it's a strong word, yeah.
I mean, I don't know where she came up with that answer because that's literally the exact thing I was going to say. Is I've seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding and it was like, fine, but we have been watching a lot of Audrey Hepburn. As much as I don't think Breakfast at Tiffany's is that good, she's fantastic in it. Everything Audrey Hepburn
is good. It's not great.
It's okay at best. But
It's like milk.
Audrey Hepburn is incredible in all the movies we've watched so far, and I can't imagine she's going to be bad in Roman Holiday. It's only gotten good praise, and just for Audrey Hepburn alone being in it, I would go
Maybe
Roman
we'll
Holiday
watch
as well.
that on Valentine's Day.
Oh, that could be a Valentine's Day movie. That makes sense.
I watch
Yeah.
Terminator on Valentine's Day. That's what I do.
But with that being said, I'm going to
Great
go
romantic film.
for my big fat Greek wedding and tie
Oh,
this
you
up.
Oh,
Take it to the chat.
I am going to take it to the chat. And we've got Peggy saying my big fat Greek wedding in an upset, and I've got Ryan saying
Roman Holiday. was this one.
Roman Holiday.
why do I have this?
So we're
like-
still tied.
Says
We
it's
need someone to break it.
Aaron did break it though.
Okay. Should I
he
get the
went-
challenge coin out, Malcolm? I have a
No.
team action challenge coin.
Because Aaron went Roman Holiday.
Yeah.
No,
Court.
You were the chosen one.
But the next one we have is broadcast news versus 4 weddings and a funeral. It wouldn't let me write the full title, so it's funeral. But Haley, what is your favorite one out of these two?
I think I wrote questions for broadcast news once, and I haven't seen 4 weddings and a funeral, so I'm going to abstain for this one.
Anthony.
I feel like I like 4 Weddings and a Funeral a little bit more. I enjoyed it a little bit more. Had a little bit more to the humor, I thought. So I would go 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Christina.
I've actually never seen either of these movies, but I've only heard good things about 4 Weddings and a Funeral. So that would have my vote if you want to take that as just me saying.
Oh.
Hearsay is
I'll take it. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go 4 weddings and a funeral as well. I've seen sort of bits and pieces of broadcast news. I haven't actually seen the whole thing, but I do really enjoy 4 weddings. Matt, which way are you going on this?
Well, I already said 4 Weddings and Funerals in my top 10 rom-coms. I have not seen broadcast news, and Jen Kemp is holding me to having to see broadcast news. So I'm going to abstain. That way Jen doesn't come from Boston and kill me for voting against her baby.
But 4 weddings is going to move on. But I know in the chat we've got Aaron saying broadcast news, but it's close. No wrong answer here. And Ryan is saying 4 weddings is overrated.
Yeah.
Well, Ryan also thinks Rapicon is overrated, so I don't know if that term with Ryan is really fair.
But next up, we've got Bringing Up Baby versus You've Got Mail. Anthony, whereabouts are you going for this?
Make me go first again. I mean, I feel like You Got Mail is just more the I Bring Up Baby's good. I feel like You Got Mail is the one I've seen more often, the one I enjoy a little bit more. So I will go with the You Got Mail. It is tough, but You Got Mail is always one that I can go back to and pretty much enjoy whenever it's on.
Christina.
I don't really appreciate going Katharine Hepburn, Cary Grant versus Meg Ryan and Tom Cruise. Like you're just taking like the 2 iconic duos. I'm gonna go Bringing Up Baby. I love Cary Grant. He's so handsome, and that's my vote.
Haley.
I think I've seen You Got Mail like once. Nothing was really memorable enough for me. I do love Katharine Hepburn, and for that reason alone, I'm going to go Bringing Up Baby.
Matt.
I know I've seen You Got Mail, and I just looked up Bring Up Baby. I think my mom watched it once, and I was in the room. But I think I have to go You Got Mail, since that was the movie I actually remember watching.
Which means
it's Tom Hanks.
Which means it's on me to break the tie, and yeah, I'm going You've Got Mail because I wouldn't be in my top favorites if I didn't vote for it.
Makes sense.
But
It's fair enough.
next up we've got is 10 Things I Hate About You up against Moonstruck.
Yeah, the fact that Moonstruck is this much higher than 10 Things I Hate About You is crap.
But Christina, I'm going to go to you.
It's 10 Things I Hate About You, 100% all of the time.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with that as well. I really do love 10 Things I Hate About You. Anthony.
I love 10 Things I Hate About You. That movie's great. The dance at our wedding we did to a song from 10 Things I Hate About You, and I did the dance that he did on the football in the stadium, like during it for our first dance. Like, so I have to go 10 Things I Hate About You.
We're cool.
I swear we're cool. I swear we are not.
Haley.
So, just really quick fun story. When I first watched 10 Things I Hate About You, I was like 13 and I thought I was going to hate it. I don't know why I thought it was. And then I ended up loving it. I thought I was going to love Moonstruck. I didn't really like it. So this isn't even a competition. I'm going with 10 Things I Hate About You.
Kearns.
I haven't seen every one of these movies. I know Moonstruck is the one that Cher won an Oscar for, and Nick Cage is in it, I think.
Yep.
Yes.
And then 10 Things About You is the movie where Joker and Robin go to high school together, right?
Yeah.
Haven't seen that one either. That's another thing. My sister kills me for not watching. It's on Disney Plus, but so's all the Star Wars movies. So,
But I mean, but it's one of those ones like 10 Things is going to move on, and I mean even the chats and agreeable for this.
It's so good. It's
and I'm surprised that Anthony could vote against Nick Cage.
Yeah, that hurt. It hurts. It hurts a lot.
Well, you're okay, Anthony. You're voting against Cher, not Nick Cage. How would we look at it like that?
You know what? Agreed.
But the next matchup was It Happened One Night up against Something Wild. I'm going to start with Kearns on this one.
I'll go with It Happened One Night.
Haley.
I've literally never heard of Something Wild, so for that reason and that reason alone, I'm going with It Happened One Night.
Anthony.
I think Something Wild is a Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised it's in here because I feel like there's a lot of rom-coms that would have been higher rated, but It Happened One Night won a lot of stuff. So go with It Happened One Night.
Christina.
I'm gonna ditto what Haley said and just I've never heard of you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just hearing everyone else's on this too. Like I saw Something Wild come up. I was like, what the hell is that? But yeah, Aaron read It Happened One Night. He's only seen that as well. But next matchup we've got is Sleepless in Seattle up against Annie Hall. I'm going to go first on this one. I'm going to go Sleepless in Seattle. I do enjoy watching Annie Hall. It's just one of those ones that just didn't resonate for me. Sleepless is just an all-time classic for me. Anthony, whereabouts are you going for Sleepless versus Annie?
Yeah, Woody Allen doesn't really do it for me. They get stuff's a little strange. Sleepless in Seattle would be my pick on that one.
And Christina?
Sleepless in Seattle is like the weirdest effing premise of a rom-com of just like a psychopath stalking someone out. But the Empire State Building scene is like this. So I'll give it to Sleepless.
Haley?
I can't watch Woody Allen without feeling like sick in my stomach, so I'm just gonna go Sleepless in Seattle, which I think is all right.
Kearns?
I've seen Sleepless in Seattle once, but Annie Hall had no business being Star Wars for Best Picture. So Sleepless in Seattle. Woody Allen's only good when he's an ant with Sylvester Stallone. Let's be honest.
Next up, we've got Pretty Woman up against There's Something About Mary.
Ooh. This is not that hard to decide. And
Yeah, this is. I can already know this one.
Who's up?
Do you want me to go first?
Anthony.
No, I'll go because I know what answer she wants me to say, and it's the answer. Because it's the answer I'm going to say. When I first saw There's Something About Mary, I thought it was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen, and then I watched it again, and then another time, and I'm like, okay, this really kind of starts making its way down. So, but Pretty Woman always stays at a good level, and Julia Roberts and Richard Gere are fantastic in it. I will go Pretty Woman. After watching There's Something About Mary too many times, it kind of starts on a downward spiral.
Christina.
Pretty Woman is iconic.
So is there something about Mary?
Iconic. Get the F out of here.
Oh, is that hair gel? That's iconic.
Anthony, big mistake.
Are you comparing
I'm doing the
hair gel scene to all of Pretty Woman?
No, I'm comparing it to I'm just saying, Pretty Woman gives me issues because
Can you feel the love tonight?
Piano. in
I
Pretty
don't
Woman.
remember the words. It was good to see that T3 ruined
So,
it.
Christine, you're going Pretty Woman?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the vote.
Haley.
I can't believe these two movies are next to each other. So this is my mom's favorite rom-com, and I do also love this movie. And then there's something about Mary just kind of grosses me out. So I'm going to go with Pretty Woman.
Matt.
This is not just my mom's favorite rom-com. It's pretty much her favorite movie is Pretty Woman. There's something about Mary I've seen once, and I only found Matt Dillon funny in it. Besides that, I found the rest of the movie to be like kind of lame. But Pretty Woman's a really solid movie. I can admit that. It's a Pretty Woman.
Yeah, I mean, I'm easily going Pretty Woman on this as well. There's something about Mary's fine. It's that hair gel scene is the only thing memorable about it.
No, I don't know. I'll give it up to when Matt Dillon tries to resuscitate the cat with the broken wires.
Don't forget the
That's a
zip
very good
fly scene.
But next up, we've got Bridget Jones' Diary up against Groundhog Day.
It is high.
I'm gonna go Haley.
I never watched Groundhog Day as a rom-com, so it's weird seeing it on here. But also like Bridget Jones' Diary just didn't hit it with me, so I'm gonna go with Groundhog Day. But I'm really surprised it's on this list.
I'm not gonna lie, so was I. I saw it on one, like, oh yeah, it's on one. It's probably not gonna appear anywhere else. It appeared on just be every list I found. Matt, we're about
the
to go.
entire core of the movie and the thing that breaks Phil out of the loop is Andy McDowell and his love for her. How is it not a rom-com? It's the entire center of the
it as a
movie.
rom-com. Like my brain doesn't go, oh, romance.
But it's Groundhog Day. Bridget Jones' Diary is fine, but it is not Bill Murray stuck in the endless loop until Andy McDowell breaks them out of it. Okay, so let's all just have a drink to the groundhog.
But yeah, I mean, I love Groundhog Day.
So vote for it.
I love Bridget Jones' Diary way more.
I'm never gonna forget you voted against Bill Murray, Malcolm. I'm not gonna forget that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones that when it comes to rom-coms, I think it's how you watch it. Everyone's different, but yeah. But Anthony, we're about to going in this debate.
I'm kind of with Haley on this one, where Groundhog Day, I didn't see it as a rom-com. I understand Andy McDowell might have brought him out, but I think it was more him kind of loving himself a little bit more and finding love in somebody else more than it was her and being romance. But I just enjoy Groundhog Day as more of a movie than Bridget Jones' Diary. Bridget Jones' Diary is more of a rom-com than Groundhog Day. But I would go with Groundhog Day. It's just the movie I prefer.
Christina.
I love Bridget Jones. Give her my vote.
But I think Groundhog Day is moving on.
Malcolm, I'm not going to forget that. Just remember, I will bring up on every stream we're on from now on. You voted against Bill Murray.
But next up, we have got the Philadelphia Story up against Crazy Rich Asians. Matt, we're about to going on this.
Oh, the Philadelphia Story. Man, I saw that movie for a thing that you guys were all supposed to see, but it will never happen, I suppose. Crazy Rich Asians was a really good movie too, though. Like, that's the thing. I've only seen both of these movies once, but Jimmy Stewart. So I gotta go Philadelphia Story. Gosh, it's the rom-com, and I'm a reporter, you see, and it's, it's romantic.
Yeah, I mean, this is one that Philadelphia Story I need to see, but I do love Crazy Rich Asians. I'm going to give it my vote. Anthony.
This might be a little bit of recency bias because we just watched Crazy Rich Asians like this week, but I absolutely love that movie. It was a lot of fun. It was really good. It was really funny. I'm putting my vote in for Crazy Rich Asians. I really enjoyed it.
Christina.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I'm sure I would love the Philadelphia Story because I love Jimmy Stewart, Crazy Rich Asians is so good. Like, I really, really enjoyed that movie. Like, I laughed, I cried. Like, I loved this movie. I'm giving it my vote. I loved it.
Haley.
I'm abstaining again. I haven't seen either of these.
But Crazy Rich Asians is going to move on and upset the Philadelphia
Kristen,
Story.
just know I tried.
But next up, we've got Forgetting Sarah Marshall up against the Princess Bride.
Oh God!
I would,
And because I'm a dick, Anthony, you can go first.
Why?
I would think it's more of an adventure.
Why would you make me go first? Because I love both of these movies. These movies are-
Because see, that's the thing, Anthony. I've been on enough of these to know. Once you start making faces, you start making it seem like it's a difficult choice. Malcolm will make you choose first.
yeah, the last time I was on here was just me, so I didn't have a choice. All right. This one's really tough, but because I really, really love Forgetting Sarah Marshall. There's so many parts of that movie that are very funny. But The Princess Bride has always held a special place for me. I always loved that movie. And it has Carrie Elways, who's like one of my favorite people, and he's great in it. And just so much of that story is very good. So I would go Princess Bride. Just, it is one of my favorite movies. And yeah.
Christina.
The Princess Bride is excellent, but I would see this as more of like an adventure story than like a rom-com. Like, to me, a rom-com is like, you know, the meet cute, or they falling in love, or they working. I don't know. I love Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I'm
So
going
good,
for it.
though.
I'm doing Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And I do like Princess Bride. I just don't think it's a rom-com.
There's no loser here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Haley.
I'm so beyond obsessed with Princess Bride. I can go on it for years, so I'm just gonna stop and just say Princess Bride.
Matt.
Yeah, so for me, Forgetting Sarah Marshall is kind of like what you guys were saying about Groundhog's Day. Like, I've never, like, it's just a comedy. Like, I've never thought about it as a rom-com. Like, I know there's the whole thing with, like, Mila Kunis and everything, but, like, I've never thought about that. Whereas The Princess Bride, well, come on. So sweet. Is this a kissing book? Come on, Grandpa. It's not a kissing book. It's Princess Bride. Robin Wright, by the way, no one mentioned her yet, and she's fantastic.
Cheers.
Yeah.
And Andre.
Yeah, for me, I really like one of these movies. The other one, I'm not a big fan of. But yeah, but my vote is going to go to the movie I'm not a big fan of because I see it as more of a rom-com than The Princess Bride. So, but with that, Princess Bride is still moving on.
You keep using that word. I do not think it means.
But next up, we've got The Big Sick versus The Apartment. Christina.
I've never seen The Big Sick. However, I'm not blown away by The Apartment. And I also don't find it funny or super romantic. It was just kind of a plot. So I'm just going to go to The Big Sick because I didn't really like The Apartment.
Haley.
I'm gonna go for The Big Sick just because I really love the cast. And I still need to watch The Apartment, and slowly my want to watch it is dwindling the more I hear Christina talk about it.
Two separate movies. The first half of it is excellent, and then it takes a dire turn, and then I no longer care. There you go. That's my analysis.
Accurate.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it's about, so
It's
I'll
down-
add it to the list.
It's downstairs.
Matt.
Well, Peggy, what exactly I'm thinking about is I've actually been pointing out more of the rom in these movies. It's just Forgetting Sarah Marshall is the one. But normally I'm thinking about Kurt Russell. If that's the answer to your question in the chat, Kurt Russell is probably the answer to what I'm thinking about, him or Ben Affleck. Big Sick. I've never seen The Apartment. I've only seen The Big Sick. So I feel like I have to abstain from this. But if it comes down to a tie, I'll choose The Big Sick because that was a movie that I didn't think I was going to love as much as I did. By God, that was a really sweet movie. And it was really funny. And everyone needs to see The Big Sick.
But my vote is going for the Big Sick. I've watched probably about the first 15 minutes of The Apartment, and then every time I go back to finish it, it's taken off Netflix or Amazon Prime, and I never get a chance to finish it. But yeah, Anthony, whereabouts would your vote go for this?
Yeah, I'm going with The Big Sick. I really enjoyed that movie. I really like the comedy in it. The Apartment, like she said, it's two separate movies. Like the first part, I was intrigued, I was entertained, and then it took a really dark turn, and I was just kind of like, are we still going comedy here? Because this is not anymore. It's not a thing. And I just, the storyline wasn't really there for me, so definitely going with the Big Stick. I feel like I also appreciate the fact I'm just going opposite of everything Aaron has said. Like I'll say mine and his is always the opposite. I feel like that's just
but
one.
yeah, I do know. I think it still made it in, but I know there's one here that Aaron might be upset about. But Haley, whereabouts are you going for? Punch Drunk Love against Clueless?
So I'm probably going to be murdered by both two of my best friends and my girlfriend because they love Adam Sandler. But I love Clueless a lot, and I love any type of rom-com that like pulls from like old literature and makes it like updated and fun. I think that's the best kind of rom-com. So I'm going with Clueless.
Matt, who are you going for? Punch Drunk Love and Clueless?
I once heard the strangest theory that in Punch Drunk Love, Adam Sandler's Superman. I gotta go Punch Drunk Love because someone came up with that theory. Even though Clueless is really good, and my sister's gonna murder me if she sees this stream.
Yeah, this one is really tough for me because I love both these movies. I'm gonna have to just go Punch Drunk Love on this. Anthony, whereabouts are you going?
Sorry, Aaron. Because Clueless is that I grew up to Clueless. I really enjoyed that movie. It was funny for me. Punch Drunk Love is a different type of rom com, and Clueless is kind of what those were the rom coms I enjoyed. Those were that 90s type rom com that was my kind of style. And you know better than that, Aaron. You know I was going Clueless from the get. So I gotta go Clueless.
Christina, you're the tiebreaker on this.
The fact that Clueless is the 6th greatest rom-com of all time is shocking to me. Like, I love Clueless, but it is not a good rom-com. Like, because I don't think it is a rom-com. It's more of a coming of age, in my opinion. So I will make my lover boy Aaron very happy and go Punch Drunk Love.
Sorry, Aaron.
Oh, well, our Valentine's Day is off.
This is the time. I thought Aaron's made fun of me so much about what I eat that like his voice was in my head the other day making fun of me for eating.
But next up we've got It's Girl Friday up against Harold and Maude.
You know what you know what I'm voting for because he knows where I live. He has my address, so just put me down for Harold and Maude.
Matt, where are you going on this?
I was going to go Harold and Maude as well.
Yeah, I'm going to go Harold and Maude. I haven't seen either of these, but I don't want Aaron to find me in New Zealand and beat me up. Anthony.
I mean, I'll go Harold and Maude. I enjoy a little more as a movie, but it's fine. I'm not like as obsessed. But Harold and Maude, you're welcome, Aaron. I'll give you one for Clueless.
And Christina.
Yeah, I'll go Harold and Maude.
Haley, I think is the one I did.
Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure I already voted, but I'll vote again.
I'm going to say thank you to Aaron for making me watch this movie because it's now in my top 20. Harold and Maude.
But next up, we've got The Shop Around the Corner up against Notting Hill. I'm going to go first on this one, and because I'm going to vote for that one by default because I haven't seen Shop Around the Corner. It is on my list that I want to see. I know Jonathan has been going on about it a lot, and so I really do want to watch it. Anthony, whereabouts are you going for this?
I really enjoyed Notting Hill. We watched it earlier, like I guess recently this past year. I really, yeah. Aaron's obsessed. No, say it isn't so. I'm definitely going to go Notting Hill. I really enjoyed the movie. It's a lot of fun, and just Rhys Ifans as the crazy roommate was entertaining as hell for that alone. Notting Hill gets to.
Christina, whereabouts are you going for this?
I really love Notting Hill. That was one of the ones we watched in quarantine, and I'm not a huge Hugh Grant fan, but I really enjoyed him in this. And Julia Roberts does no wrong, so Notting Hill.
Haley, whereabouts are you going?
I'm not a big Hugh Grant fan. I've never seen Shop Around the Corner, but Notting Hill didn't hit it for me, so I'm just going to do a spite vote for Shop Around the Corner.
Ooh, vote.
Matt.
I have not seen either one of these movies, so I'm not voting.
But Notting Hill does win anyway.
I haven't seen.
And it goes up against Haldimore next. Next up, we've got Say Anything up against The Lady Eve. Anthony.
Are you going to hold your phone and play a song over your head for me right now?
I mean, I guess I could. I don't have the song queued up, but I'll do the Say Anything thing for Say Anything vote. Sounds legit. What do you say?
Christina.
I'll do the same.
Haley.
Also, the band name is very good.
Matt.
I haven't seen The Lady Eve, but I've seen Say Anything. So I'm a follower as well. So.
But next up, I don't know if Peggy is still in the chat, but we've got When Harry Met Sally up against While You Were Sleeping. Christina.
Listen, I know everybody. I know I like to hate on When Harry Met Sally, and I only hate on it because I don't find it believable. But it is a very good movie. It's a great movie. I really enjoy it. And if I'm gonna pander to Aaron, I have to pander to my girl. And I'm sure While You Were Sleeping that's the Sandra Bullock one where she falls in love with the coma guy, right?
Yeah.
And
she falls in love with the coma guy's brother while he's in the coma. And
I'm sure it's beautiful, but I'll go When Harry Met Sally. It's a classic. It's a classic for a reason.
Haley.
The restaurant scene is one of the most iconic scenes of all time. I love it. I feel the same way about the movie as I do with Christina, but I do love that scene. It's kind of the same way I feel about Saving Private Ryan. I love the beginning scene. I love this scene in particular, but the rest of the movie, it's okay. I also don't like the title for While You Were Sleeping, so for that reason, I'm going to vote for When Harry Met Sally.
Matt.
It's the Battle of the Bills. We got Billy Crystal versus Bill Pullman. While You Were Sleeping, the title is really strange because the real title is While You Were Sleeping, I Pretended to Be Your Fiance and then I Fell in Love with Your Brother. I guess they couldn't fit that on the VHS box. When Harry Met Sally, that scene was actually filmed on Long Island, so not too far from where I live. So I'll have what she's having, and I'll go with When Harry Met Sally.
But yeah, I'm also having what she's having and going in Harry Met Sally. I do like While You Were Sleeping. It's just one of those ones that when you look at it, when you rewatch some movies, sometimes it does seem a lot more creepier in modern day context than when it was first made. But that doesn't take away from the movie for me. I do still enjoy it, but When Harry Met Sally is better. Anthony, whereabouts are you going?
I mean, I almost want to do While You Were Sleeping just for both of you going, I'll have what she's having as your pick. But I'm still not going to do that because While You're Sleeping is it seems very problematic and odd and kind of creepy. So I'm not a huge fan of When Harry Met Sally, but it does have a little bit more entertaining moments to it. So I will go with Harry Met
Sally. But with that, that is the end of round one. And
that's the end of round. No Overboard?
Overboard was not on any of the lists I found.
This is so many movies.
Yeah, there's so many others that haven't even been on this list, Malcolm.
This is what problem with the Nick Cage.
Also, I'm going to add, I forgot, a really good rom-com, and I'm considering it a rom-com, and it's also pandering to Aaron, but Jean-Luc Godard's A Woman is a Woman. Amazing. should be on here.
Yeah, I mean, this is one that and once I've done this, I'll actually go through some of the other movies that did appear on the list that just sort of missed out. But that being said,
I got you.
going to start from the bottom, we've got Say Anything up against When Harry Met Sally. I'm going to start with this. I enjoy both of these movies. I'm going to go When Harry Met Sally though. Anthony.
I also enjoy both these movies, but not as much as a lot of the other ones on this list. But When Harry Met Sally, I enjoyed slightly more. So I will go When Harry Met Sally and pandering to Peggy. So enjoy.
Haley.
Both decent movies with very good scenes in them that I love. But overall, so I'm just gonna pander to Peggy again.
Matt.
When Harry Met Sally, but I have something I have to go deal with, so I'll come back on if it's nothing like super serious. I just have to take care of this thing. If you guys are still live, I'll come back. If not, have a good Valentine's Day, everyone. And Malcolm, pick better lists that have Overboard higher up, okay? Night, everybody.
If it shows up, I'll vote for it. For you.
Yeah. But with that,
she said she's going with Harry Met Sally too. So
yeah, no, I figured that's what
Okay.
where she would have gone. I mean, ultimately, but next up we've got Harold and Maude up against Notting Hill. Haley.
This isn't even a competition for me. It's Harold and Maude.
Christina, we're about to going for Harold.
I pandered to him once. I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to go Notting Hill.
Anthony.
I was going to say this isn't even a competition for me either, but I'm not going to do that because Harold and Maude is still fine, but I like Notting Hill better. Harold and Maude didn't really do it for me as much as Notting Hill did.
But yeah, I'm going Notting Hill. Sorry, but this doesn't mean the end of Harold and Maude.
No, because we'll get to hear.
Oh my God, this is breaking my heart.
Yeah, my phone is in my hand for when Aaron yells at me.
But the thing is, if Harold and Maude made it in, it would have been When Harry Met Sally versus Harold and Maude. So who are you pandering to?
Yeah, that's true. It's hard to pander at that point.
Peggy.
But next up, we've got The Big Sick up against Punch Drunk Love. Anthony.
Yeah, sorry, Aaron. I'm gonna piss you off again. Because I really like The Big Sick. I think it was a really adorable movie. I appreciate the fact it's kind of a real life story that they made into a very good, heartwarming movie. So I'm going with The Big Sick.
Christina.
I will also go The Big Sick. Sorry, Aaron. Bye.
Haley.
I said my girlfriend was going to kill me if I didn't pick Punch Drunk Love, and then she messaged me and said, I don't actually like that movie. So for an Adam Sandler fan to say, I don't like that movie, I'm just going to go for The Big Sick.
Yeah, I mean, Big Sick is moving on regardless. I do enjoy Punch Drunk Love a little bit more, but they are really close for me. So,
we finally got Aaron out. Okay, we're safe now. He's out officially, so we're okay.
But next up, we've got Crazy Rich Asians versus The Princess Bride. Haley.
Brave.
Do I even have to say it? I love The Princess Bride.
Yeah, I mean, I love The Princess Bride, but I'm going to go Crazy Rich Asians because I love that too. Anthony.
All right, chat, start typing because I love The Princess Bride, and it has been a part of my movie repertoire for a very, very long time.
It is an adventure story. It is not a rom-com.
Are people in love?
You can say that
Is
it's
there
a love
comedy?
story.
Is there romance and is there comedy?
Is there romance? Is there?
It's on so many rom-com lists.
Yeah, it's a rom-com.
It is an adventure love story. It is not a rom-com.
Anyway, I'm voting for The Princess Bride. She's voting for Crazy Rich Asians. Chat, start typing.
I do have to add an argument to this. The scene, oh, don't kill yourself because your boobs look too good. That's a total rom-com like moment.
But chat, Crazy Rich Asians or The Princess Bride. But yeah,
it is tough. I really do like Crazy Rich Asians, but Princess Bride just This is another spot. Another level.
It's annoying that there's a bit of a delay between the chat comments, but
Well, Aaron's out, so we lost him. And so we know we're not getting the vote from him. Well,
but
this is tough.
But it's one of those where if I don't get a comment, I'm probably going to hit submit because I think the highest one goes through if I do. So I'll give it a little bit of time to see if we get a comment. But
Just vote for the right one.
well, I'll do that for now.
Yeah,
And if a comment comes in, then we can go back to it.
that works.
But, before we get back, before we get into round 3. But next up, we've got Pretty Woman versus Groundhog Day. Haley.
Pretty Woman is one of the best rom-coms of all time. Voting for that.
I second what Haley just said. Anthony.
Third.
Christina.
Fourth.
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, you can't really argue that. It's a great discussion.
Next up, we have It Happened One Night and Sleepless in Seattle.
I've never actually seen It Happened One Night, but I feel like it's got to be better than Sleepless in Seattle. So I'm going to go with that.
Anthony.
Yeah, Sleepless in Seattle is fine. It was better than whatever it went up against before, but It Happened One Night did win like all 5 of the top Oscars, so I feel like it had to have a lot. I heard it might be a little overrated, but I feel like it's still going to be a better movie.
And Haley.
Oh, I said It Happened One Night.
But
She seconded.
But yeah, I'm going to go Sleepless in Seattle because my vote doesn't matter.
Burn that vote.
Burn vote.
But next up, we've got You've Got Mail up against 10 Things I Hate About You. Haley.
10 Things I Hate About You, hands down. No competition.
Yeah, Anthony.
I mean, there's only like one thing I hate about her, but 10 Things I Hate About You will win.
What's the one thing?
I was going to put any of
I
her.
put my dishes in the dishwasher. I just leave them in the sink.
The dishwasher's right here. Like legit distance is this.
But I mean, I know I don't really have to ask Christine because I know she's going to go 10 Things as well. And last one we've got Roman Holiday, 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Anthony.
I'm still going Audrey. As much as I have not seen it, I really have enjoyed Audrey Hepburn. I don't think she's going to do a lot wrong. And
Christina.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen either of these, but I'm going to go with the Audrey pick on this one.
And Haley.
His vote is for Audrey and Audrey alone.
Yes.
And I
mean,
know that it says funeral and not funeral.
Hey, that's the many characters that let me have. I mean, I probably could have just put the letter 4 and then that would have fitted all, but I didn't think of that at the time. But that being said, we are going to go to the next round. Roman Holiday up against 10 Things I Hate About You. I'm going 10 Things I Hate About You. I haven't seen Roman Holiday. Anthony.
All right, this is the part I'm going to have to say, as much as I do enjoy Audrey Hepburn, 10 Things I Hate About You is a fantastic movie. It's going to be 10 Things I Hate About You.
Christina.
Oh, yeah. Love you, Audrey. 10.
And Haley.
Bye, Audrey.
10 Things I Hate About You is about to sweep this friggin' thing.
Next up, we've got It Happened One Night and Pretty Woman. Christina.
Pretty Woman.
Haley.
Pretty Woman.
Anthony.
I'm going to stick with what Haley said on the last one of one of the best rom-coms of all time, and we're going to go Pretty Woman.
Next up, we've got Princess Bride versus The Big Sick. Haley. I'm going Big Sick on this one. Anthony. I think he's asleep. Christina.
No, I'm here. I'm just struggling.
I'm gonna go The Big Sick.
You suck.
Anthony, you going Big Sick?
No, I'm not. I'm going Princess Bride, but this one's really hard because The Big Sick is a really good movie. The one that passes, I'm happy with, but I would go Princess Bride just because it has been something that I enjoyed longer.
Off topic, we'll add. Really good podcast.
But I think everyone that was in the chat has left us, so I'm gonna hit submit score, and I think Big Sick is going to move on because it's a tie. The high seed moves on.
I am okay with that.
Next up, we've got When Harry Met Sally up against Notting Hill. I do love both of these movies. I gotta go When Harry Met Sally. Anthony.
I know Peggy's going to hate me for this because she doesn't like Notting Hill, but I like Notting Hill more than When Harry Met Sally. I found it funnier. I found it more endearing. So I'm going Notting Hill.
Christina.
I actually also liked Notting Hill better than When Harry Met Sally. So sorry.
Haley.
Is When Harry Met Sally overrated? Yes, 1,000%. Am I going to pander to Peggy? Yes, 1,000%.
Yeah, you can just give it to Peggy, Malcolm. It's okay.
That's fine.
I mean, actually, I'll do it because I know that's what Peggy would probably vote for.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, that and it would have gone through anyway because it is the highest seed out of the two. In fact, we've got The Big Sick up against When Harry Met Sally. Christina.
I haven't seen The Big Sick, so I will go When Harry Met Sally here.
Haley.
Again, I think When Harry Met Sally is pretty overrated in terms of a whole movie, but I haven't seen The Big Sick yet, but I love the cast a lot, so I'm going to go with The Big Sick.
Yeah, I love The Big Sick, and I'm sorry, Peggy. Anthony.
Yeah, I'm also sorry. I thought When Harry Met Sally was a little on the overrated side, and The Big Sick was absolutely It was a really good movie, so I would go The Big Sick as well. And it's going to beat Pride. It's going to beat the next one.
Hashtag apologies to Peggy.
Yes.
And next up, we've got Pretty Woman up against 10 Things I Hate About You. I'm going to start off with this. As much as I love 10 Things I Hate About You, I'm going Pretty Woman. Anthony.
All right. Yeah, Pretty Woman is probably one of the best rom-coms, but I'm just going to go with my own opinion, which is I love 10 Things I Hate About You. So I'm going to go 10 Things I Hate About You. That's more my style. Oh, only an evening? Okay. I can take at least one.
I'm going 10, baby. Good.
Christina.
10.
Haley.
Pretty Woman is the reason that if I have any small object that's not cooperating with me, I treat it like Julia Roberts' opera glasses. So I'm going Pretty Woman.
Well, Peggy's back and yelling at us, so help us pick this one. Yes. Thank you. That's the question you always do. I thought When Harry Met Sally was overrated. I've done nothing new.
Oh, I do not like how this went. Oh, my favorites are all in the back.
Oh, I think it went up because 10 Things I Hate About You swept all the other ones. It was how many votes it got before.
Yeah.
Because 10 Things I Hate About You, this is the first time anything's gone against it. Every other time it's swept. I think that's what went. It goes by
I'll go with it. because it's the first time the higher seed hasn't gone through automatically. But that being said, 10 Things I Hate About You up against the Big Sick. Haley.
Even though it knocked out one of the best rom-coms of all time, I'm gonna go with 10 Things I Hate About You. Again, when you go in thinking you're gonna hate a movie and then you end up absolutely loving it, I think that says everything.
Christine, I know where you're going. Actually, Anthony.
Can you do that again?
No.
Do it again.
I'm taking one. Clint.
Yeah, he said. 10 Things. I love The Big Sick, and it's a great movie. 10 Things I Hate About You is.
But yeah, I do like 10 Things I Hate About You. And yeah.
I mean, 10 Things I Hate About You, the movie that even gave it a chance was Pretty Woman, because everything else swept.
Yeah. Although in saying that, Pretty Woman swept as well. So.
Oh, wow. I don't know how 10 Things I Hate About You made it then.
I mean, it should have been Pretty Woman in that final, but yeah.
I mean, I would have won. Yeah. At least the chat is with us.
This was missing so many good movies, though.
Oh, yeah. No, it's one of those ones I was going through all the lists as like, because like when Matt mentioned Overboard, like none of them had Overboard in their top 50, and it's and so, I mean, like one of my favorite ones, Love Actually, was one that was really low on a lot of those lists, which is why it didn't make it in. But yeah, so yeah. So other movies that were close to making it on, is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. That was tied with My Big Fat Greek Wedding, but I broke the tie because My Big Fat Greek Wedding was just a little bit higher on a lot of more lists than How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. My Best Friend's Wedding, Jerry Maguire, Silver Linings Playbook, Wedding Singer.
So Wedding Singer is that's my favorite rom-com, and I'm like, it's not even on the list.
13 Going on 30 was close to making it on.
Oh.
Pretty in Pink, Bull Durham, Proposal.
Oh.
I know this wouldn't be on any list, but I'm a Cheerleader should have been on there.
That was close to making it on. Something called Nino Chaka almost made it on. Mamma Mia, Breakfast at Tiffany's, Amelie. Something called Desk Set. I don't know what that is. Some Like It Hot. Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times. Enough Said. 1954 Sabrina. P.S. I Love You. 27 Dresses. Shakespeare in Love.
She's got electric boobs.
Serendipity. Knocked Up. Palm Springs. Almost made it on. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones. Like there was a lot that should have made it, but it is just one of those. It is one of those things that happens. But that does bring us to the end. Anthony, do you have any final thoughts you want to say about rom-coms?
I feel like they are I've always underappreciated them for a long time, just because it's like, oh, they're chick flicks. Why am I going to watch that? I'm going to go watch Anaconda or Con Air about 15 times over that. But I've over the past bit of time, I've started to really appreciate them more, and they are definitely an undervalued movie. Obviously, Peggy will tell you 1,000 times over because she has seen every one 15 times. But they are a lot of fun. They are very good. Even if you for a lot of the guys out there that think nah, I'm not going to watch that. They're really good movies, and they need to be watched. They have great comedy. They have good heartfelt areas, and they're just I've really started to enjoy a lot more as I'm getting more into the depths of the romantic comedy section of movies.
Christina, do you have any final thoughts you want to say about rom-coms?
I love them. They make me happy. They're just fun to watch. It's just cute. And they all pretty much end the same way where, they end up together and you're still like, that's so great. Even though you like totally know that's the whole purpose of the movie, which is like low key why I hate My Best Friend's Wedding, because he shouldn't have ended up with Cameron Diaz. Like she kind of sucked, but whatever. Yeah. I really like them.
And Haley, do you have any final thoughts about rom-coms?
So I feel like this is going to be like an award show moment because I just want to thank a couple people because I felt the same way about rom-coms as Anthony did. And then I realized I don't really relate to rom-coms the same way a lot of people do. But thanks to like Christina and Peggy, I started getting into rom-coms and I realized that I just really needed to give them a chance. And so I'm glad I did because now I'm starting to really love them. And I don't know if anyone sees my letterbox, but it's completely taken a complete shift into like what I've normally watched. And I'm having so much fun watching rom-coms. Like, yes, they're cheesy. Yes, you know what's going to happen, but they're just so much fun.
They are.
They're great.
But yeah, I've also been one of those guys that just never really gone to rom-coms a lot, but even since I've known Peggy, knowing Christina, and knowing all that, like they've sort of got me more appreciative of rom-coms. And also, there is a lot of really good rom-coms on Netflix. And if it wasn't for Peggy, I probably would not have watched Someone's Great. And because I did not know that existed until Peggy kept on talking about it. And I've just actually been I actually rewatched To All the Boys I Loved before this, and because I've been going through I'm going to go through the other two because the new one, Always and Forever, just dropped today. So
the third one, I forgot because it's Father's Day. Yeah.
But yeah, but that being said, we've reached the end. Haley, do you have anything you want to plug?
Nothing else. Just forgot to say Crazy Stupid Love would have been one of the top ones had it been on the bracket. That's it.
Yeah. Talk about a twist. That's perfect because you don't know when is happening. M. Night Shyamalan, that's how you do them.
That was so good.
But Christine, do you have anything you want to plug?
So you may see me coming up on this little show called The Schmodown on March 25th in my debut match, and for the love of God, I hope I do well in it. But also you guys can check me and my buddy Aaron with Digesting Cinema with Christina and Aaron, where we go through the letterbox list that Tony made of a challenge, 52-week challenge of a different genre. So this week we are going to watch silent movies and talk about that one. We are talking about a romantic comedy, Girl Shy, in honor of Valentine's Day.
Anthony, do you have anything you want to plug?
Shockingly, yes. On Opening Night Trivia League, I do have my own show called Working Title, where you come on to pitch a show based on some sort of random topic that I give you. Everybody here has been on it before and has done a fantastic job. And it's every Thursday at 6. Requires no movie trivia knowledge. It just requires you to be generally creative and to have fun with it. This coming Thursday, our fearless host is actually going to be on it. So we will have you on. And if you check out some of the past ones, like a Jacoby Rue by chance, you can see what it's all about because that was epic.
Jacoby Rue was the best one.
That was awesome. And the one yesterday with Bowman and Coho, their round 3 was ferocious. So that was a lot of fun.
It was Spence and Co.
Spence and Co. I apologize, Spence and Co. But their round 3 was ferocious and a lot of fun to listen to. So anyone's interested, just let me know. That's all.
But you can find me on Tape for Productions hosting late night. I may have a topic and thing about next week, but I do think it's the official premiere of the Shimo, the Throwdown, so I think may not do one next week. I don't know. I try not to compete against the Shimodown because I know who's going to win out of me, us, and the Shimodown. So, but with that being said, I will be on tomorrow though with Rankin. We're talking about the top 12 cameos in movies, which I've made it a little bit harder on my panel because I've said only one per movie, and they can't just go the news fight from Anchorman as a one nomination because that is just full of cameos.
Yeah.
And also you can find me over on Full Metal, where I host Full Metal Classic. I'll be doing the draw for that in a bit. And Full Metal Random next week is going to be Mel Brooks. Ryan O'Regan is taking on Chase Geyer, who they're also taking on Bull Carriola as they answer trivia in Mel Brooks movies. But with that being said, until next time, see you sometime with a new episode late night. Maybe I'll do Britney Spears. Well, I mean, not that what I meant by that. Maybe I'll do an episode on Britney Spears.
Oh no! Still, the excitement is real.
Yeah.
Oh,
Free.
I
Around there.
I wasn't sure if there was excitement or shock.
Well, suspense would be great on that episode.
But with that, see you